Here we go again, brawlers. I'm BakuBrad96, and this is match number 7 of the channel tournament for Bakugan Evolutions, Mono Pyrus versus Mono Haos. Today's video is the loser bracket, if you will, because both of these decks took 2 losses so far in the tournament, so whichever wins will move on to the final. The one that loses will be disqualified just like Darkus, and will be out of the tournament. Getting right to it, this is turn 1. We both play an energy card, and we are both going to be rolling Blitzfox. My opponent on the Arliss, I'm on the Pyrus, of course. My opponent's going to do the flick. I'm going to do the normal, just the normal classic shoot. We're actually both going to open, which is an improvement. Took me and my opponent all day to practice and learn how to finally roll these Blitzfoxes, because their magnets are iffy. It was certainly worth it, because if you all notice there, I do double core. Unfortunately, I double core 2 plus 400 to Haos and Ventus. That's not going to do me any good, but I do have the land on an orange shield, add a Bakucrew from the field to your Bakugan ability. I do that, and I get the Aquas and Pyrus get plus 400, so I get my shield. It doesn't matter, the opponent lands on a magic shield, uses their Nano Siphon to do the same thing and add a Bakucrew to the field. They're going to add the plus 6 damage. But they are already ahead of me. Here we're not sure if, since I landed on 2 orange shields at the same time, if I get the ability off twice. Feel free, as always, to let me know in the comments down below the rulings if you know it on this one. If a Bakugan has those new effects like that, and it happens to land on the same core twice, do you get the effect a second time, or do you only get to trigger it once? Because I feel like on that specific turn, if I got that twice, I might could have won. But here we go, I am going to be taking the 9 damage, I believe. Adjusting the field, that was a shame. Blitzfox open, even double cored, but still lost the brawl. Moving along to turn 2 now, just getting the field ready. Going to be drawing that card there. We both play an energy for the turn, so turn 2, 2 energy, makes sense. I'm going to be rolling with Serpilius or Ultra Smog. My opponent is on Nilius. Here I'm going with another classic roll. My opponent's going to do a backspin. My opponent blocks me and hits me off, but Serpilius wasn't having that. We are smogging out today. What an epic stand. Almost didn't make it, but that was definitely worth it. So I land on orange shield. That gives me plus 400. I'm going to have 1200 here. My opponent landed on the plus 400, so they're going to have 1000. Right at this moment, I guess we're just going through our hands, seeing if there's anything we want to play. This one is a close brawl. My opponent is going to drop a Scarf Strike for plus 500 more B power, and gonna win it. This early on, you know, the Pyrus deck doesn't have much B power cards anyway. I designed it to be a damage deck. So with that in mind, my opponent is going to take this win as well. I'm just clearing everything off here, and I'm going to be taking that damage. It is 6 damage. And I had to take all of it. Didn't even have a flip card or anything to help me on that one. So going on to the next turn now. This is going to be turn 3 coming up. My opponent plays an energy as well as I do. Going with my third Bakugan now, even though I haven't won a single brawl so far, it's going to be Sectinoid against Platinum Colossus. My opponent's doing another backspin. I'm going with the normal shoot. I way overspin it, and so does my opponent. The only thing we do is destroy the field or the hide matrix. But yeah, so going for the reroll now. My opponent's going to do that spin shoot of theirs. I'm still on the classic. I'm not trying anything new. As you can see, we're kind of anxious, a little excited. We want to get this game going. We want to stand. I mean, both of our first Bakugan have opened and stood, but I've lost. So here we go. Yet again, another miss. My sectonoid was still moving there. My opponent almost grabbed it. I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. Let it roll. Let it roll. Because the brawl's not over until the roll stops. Just random pause here. Do, 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 do. There we go. Okay, so I grabbed the sectonoid finally after adjusting the field for no reason. I didn't even see a problem there that time. But I am going to try a different roll. It looks like I'm going to do like a thumb press into the back and just kind of roll it with my whole hand. My opponent's going to do the normal roll. And I'm going to get knocked right away. That platinum, the true metal on that platinum Colossus was just too strong. Knocked me right off the field and it stood. This is going to be a team attack here. It is the third Bakugan to open. So my opponent's pulling everything up for the camera to see. By the way, on that Blitz Fox, that wasn't 9 damage I took, that was 11, because Arliss Blitz Fox has 5 damage and it landed on the +6, so first turn I took 11 damage, I just caught that, not 9. Here I have nothing to play, I am taking the full brunt of the team attack. I know it's north of 12, but that's all I can say. Luckily, I do finally flip a block outsiders, so for 3 energy I am going to turn that team attack off. I'm really glad I flipped that block outsiders because I have done nothing but been hammered this whole game so far. Haven't won a single brawl yet. It's kind of depressing. But it's not because I can't roll, because my first 2 Bakugan opened fine. It's that sectonoid. It wanted to be mean. As the cleanup step commences here and we prepare for the next round, I just want to say that this channel is brought to you in part by viewers just like you. I certainly wouldn't be here without the support of brawlers and the full Bakugan community. The channel is at 445 subscribers as of recording this. Thank you all really so much for everything so far. The support, it really is tremendous, and I am extremely grateful, more than you all will ever know. That is the major reason why I have the monthly raffle giveaways, my way to give back to everyone for supporting me. With that in mind, though, I do still have goals set. You guys are all crushing them, but let's see if we can't get 500 subscribers on the channel, right? That is a huge milestone, and I definitely want Spin Master to notice me. And Brawlers, I think if you get behind me and we hit 500 subscribers, I might get sponsorship. I don't know, but being recognized would be huge for the channel, and that is certainly a goal. But nevertheless, thank you all regardless. Before I talk too much, back to the game here. We do roll Blitz Fox again. I do stand. This time my opponent misses. I am going to land on a +3 Green Fist, and I'm going to throw out a Nuclear Pummel. So I've got, I think, 13 damage coming in here, or 15, something like that. But it doesn't matter how much damage I have coming in because my opponent flips a Halt Outsiders. So that's going to block non-Haos Bakugan for 3, and that's going to shut off my attack. I think it was 16 damage because Blitz Fox, I think, has, 3 damage or something like that? Yes, I was right. I had to pull the character card beside me up to see it. But yeah, so that was 16 damage going in there that the opponent turned off. I did play an energy last turn, but I did forget to note it. So this time I'm going to fix my dice. We're both going to play another energy. We both have 5 energy there. By the way, I don't know if anyone noticed that last roll because I was blabbering, but the Blitz Fox kind of spun when it opened, and that was just neat to catch on camera. But moving on to the next round here, this is going to be Nilius versus Smog again. Another awesome stand. So we do both land it. We're both going to hit an orange shield here. I again pick up the shield that's not going to do anything for me, but my opponent picks up the same one and it does something for them. So they have 1,000 B power right now, 600 and then the 400 from the core. I have 800 B power. So I am 200 B power down right here. I am going to play a Pyrus Overload, which is going to give me 500, and I get to remove the opposing Bakugan's Baku core here and place it onto the field. That does help, so now I have 1,300. My opponent is only at 600. And there's nothing they can do. So the damage is going to go through. It is going to be 4. I don't have anything to add to it right now. And there we go. So I do manage to burn 2 of my opponent's Energy Vortex Baku Gears, and that's really good because I don't want them to be playing those on their Bakugan and grabbing those green fists, because that would just be a lot of damage stacking up. Moving on up to the next round, am I right? Just takes a while. Imagine a fast forward effect right here. That would be cool. But here we go, we both draw for turn. I'm dropping another energy. So I am on 6. My opponent's going to as well. We're rolling our third, so this is potentially for the team attack, is for me. My opponent doesn't have anything open this time, which is good. So they're going with Colossus, I'm going with Sectinoid again. And finally, Sectinoid opens, but so did my opponent. I am a little worried about that because Sectinoid does only have the 100 B power. In case anyone was wondering what the hesitation was there, Sectinoid did double core, but dropped it right as it was picking up. Like, it didn't even have it. It just lifted the core along with the other core you see that's actually on it. But I didn't count that because I like, for a Bakugan to go double core, I want the Bakugan to be able to pick up both core. It can't just like drag it up with it and then fall right off. That doesn't count for me. It doesn't matter. Sectinoid's not going to win this against the Platinum Colossus. So I'm going to drop a Geogon here, which is going to be Titan King. And I know I said I wouldn't do it again, but I do want to promote the official rules. So I guess I'm going to be dropping a card length above, even though I really hope I don't break any more Geogon like my Stardox. Back to this one, Titan King does have the Victor team attack. It did open and win the brawl, so this is just going to be sick. Adding up everything here, I do think it's 6 and 4 is 10, and then however much is on Titan King, I want to say 16 damage going in. Again, it doesn't matter because my opponent flips those Halt Outsiders when it matters. Can you believe it? But shuts down that team attack. I guess it's fair, we both have thrown a team attack at the opponent that we both managed to shut down. I was lucky to have my block Outsiders. The opponent's lucky to have their Halt Outsiders. That's just how it is sometimes. But once again, that OCD trigger, gotta fix that hide matrix. Closing everything up. You just gotta close up that Smog now, or Serpilius. And drawing for next round. I'm going to play an energy, so keeping it at 7. Oh no, never mind. I changed my mind there. I forgot I had changed my mind. I think 6 energy is really good on the Pyrus deck. You're not going to need much more than that because of how low the cards cost, and your highest energy cost card is 6, so I didn't really see the point of playing another one. My opponent does, however, so my opponent's on 7. This is turn 7. We're both on Blitzfox again. And the roll. We both stand once again. No longer will Blitzfox haunt my nightmares as a Bakugan that I cannot stand. It opens on the +3 green fist. My opponent lands on their magic shield once again, but I'm not taking it. I am dropping another Geogon. Here comes Pyrus Serturian. So Blitzfox has to fold up. Prepping the hide matrix for the drop. You know, that drop zone's got to be even. Alright, I'm double checking what core I want, lining it up, and there it is. So, obviously, Saturnian stands. I don't get anything from that core, but because it is an orange shield, I do get the plus, I think, plus 400 from his own effect. So I am sitting at 1500 B power. I could be off. I think it was like 15, 14, 16, somewhere around there, but not 100% sure without having to go back and find the Geogun card itself. So I'm just going to go with it has 1100 B power, and if it lands on an orange shield, it's plus 400, I think I'm remembering right. I have no cards left in deck, by the way, so this brawl is for the win, and my opponent drops a Skyhorse, so a Geogun on top of a Geogun. This here is worrisome because this is for the game. All my opponent has to do is like really hit a Magic Shield, a Green Fist for Skyhorse's B power buff, anything really, and I just lose this game. So measuring it, card length above. Here it comes. Boom. So she doesn't get the Green Fist, which is good because you don't want the B power buff. But a Magic Shield, just as bad. I would have given anything for my opponent to have like bounced and landed on the plus 400 to Haos and Aquas and Pyrus. I'm going to drop a hot potato, remove my opponent's Bakucrew, and just like really try. Again, this is like the final game. This is for the win. And I don't want to give it up easily. I really don't. But my opponent is going to counter with a Light's Courage. This is going to give them plus 400 B power. I am going to counter again with a Searing Strike. If this was Yu-Gi-Oh, that would have been Chain Link 3. The battle continues, it's neck and neck, and I lose anyway. Even after playing all of that, it's game. That will do it for this match. Skyhorse for the win. Who knew? But that's a wrap for today's video. Thank you all for watching Bakucrew and any new brawlers tuning in for the first time. Don't forget to drop a like and subscribe to the channel. Ring that notification bell so you don't miss the next match, Haos versus Aquas. See you next time.